Good evening, everybody. Today's project, well, actually it's been a couple days in the works and we didn't get video of the beginning of it, but was to finish this wall behind me. You might have noticed in previous videos that wall had fiberglass insulation showing. We've gone ahead and put up our OSB, we've painted it, and we started a shelving system up here. I'm going to spin around, get the camera, and kind of show you what we got going on here and let you watch us finish the last shelf and build a saddle rack. So what we got going, as I mentioned, the tire machine's over here in this corner right here, and you'll see that we've gone ahead and put that. We've got a new door coming, fire rated exterior door, and we've got that wall all done. And you'll notice that we have the shelving up there, up top here. We've done 32 inches out because that's what fit around the conduit over there and around the lift. And we've gone 4 feet down. This still gives us 9 feet of headroom, and it gives us a nice place to store a lot of stuff. Because the building here is on a slab, we don't have a basement to put a lot of stuff in. So having storage that doesn't freeze, someplace to put things like horse tack or books or extra clothing or suitcases, stuff like that, especially where the house is fairly small, it's kind of valuable. So we've done an 8-foot section there, roughly an 8-foot section there, and then we did a section way down there just so we could get the repeater back online. The repeater lives right up there in that rack, and the duplexes are right under it. Yeah, pointing backwards is hard, but they're right there, and the attic access is right up in there. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to finish up this last section. We're going to let you watch, and we'll try to explain roughly what we're doing while we're going, but it's pretty simple. We're basically putting a 2x4 on the wall, 3 2x4s out is kind of like floor joists, and then a 2x4 along the front, and then we'll put a piece of plywood on top of that, or OSB in this case. And then we may come back at some point and put a support at the 4-foot mark in the middle of each shelf. We don't plan on putting anything heavy up there, and if we do, we'll keep it to the sides instead of the middle. But anyways, hold on, we'll get going, and we'll get this done. So we found that it's easiest to screw these to the back board, take the whole board up in place, and screw it to the wall. We have an obstacle here, which is called a freezer now. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we will find out. We'll film it either way. How's that? All right, let's see if we can get this up there and get it without falling off the ladder or whatnot. All right, so we're going to get Sue to give us a hand getting the sheet of OSB out here and cutting it. We'll get that up in place, and then we'll put the saddle rack up and show you how that's going to work. All right, so you saw we've got the shelf done and ready. We need to put a coat of paint on both of those shelves over there. Those ones right there. You learn how to point. What we're gonna do now is we've got the ladder set up for this shelf up here that's painted, and you just saw us finish up a saddle rack. We're gonna get you set up where you can watch what we're doing real well. Sue's gonna come out. We're gonna put the saddle rack in place, and she's gonna hand me up a few saddles. We're gonna end up putting either doors on this cabinet right here to keep the dust out, because this is where we're putting like suitcases, backpacks, extra clothes, saddles, stuff that we don't want to get dirty. Or we may just put like a towel over all of them too. So hold on while we get you set up and get Sue out here to help, and we will finish this up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead up. Sue's going to hand me the saddle rack, and we'll hand some saddles up, and then we'll give you a bit of a recap of what we've done here. And this is repurposed from a saddle rack we used to have on the wall. I just added a leg to it, and I'm going to screw it to the wall like that, and that's going to give me a place, or give Sue a place I should say, to put a saddle or two. Yep. There, that gets a couple of the saddles up out of the way. The ones she commonly uses are either in the house or in the barn. These are the ones that don't get used a whole lot. So hold on a minute, we're going to put away our tools, and we're going to just give you an overview of what we did and how we did it. Basically what we did here, if you can see, we'll zoom you in, is we used a piece of plywood as a divider. We glued and screwed 1.5 by 1.5 inch, 2 by 2 cleats to the ceiling and to the wall and to that plywood divider, and then we glued and screwed the bottom of it together. So we've made a pretty good sandwich there, which holds the weight, and those are screwed into the roof trusses up there. And then we just put our 2x4 floor stringers, if you will, evenly spaced, and then we put a piece of 7/16 plywood on top of it. We'll go ahead and we'll get this last section painted up. We'll bring you back and show you what it looks like and recap what we've done. Well, good morning. So we've gone ahead and we've finished painting everything. We've cleaned the shop for the most part. We have a couple of piles of stuff that we have to move out into the lean-to. Spare steel, spare parts that we don't need in here. But we're gonna kind of just give you a once over on what we've done here and wrap this video up. We'll start here in the corner with the tire machine. Got a little shelf there. We were playing up there with the pocket hole jig, and we built the shelf to learn how to use that. We've got our freezers. We will be changing that door. That's probably still a week and a half out before we get the door. And you'll notice how much cleaner that corner is over there. Welder and torches and everything, fits nice. You can walk around the lift now here between the freezer and the lift. We got our toolbox back in there, and then if we pan up a little bit, we'll bring you back across that wall, and there's that shelving system we built. So far bay down, we're putting things like ham radio stuff that we don't use a lot. Next one is going to be like paint supplies, and just we don't know what else will be up there for now. It's pretty empty. This one will be for backpacks, suitcases, saddles, blankets, stuff for the horses and stuff for us that we don't have room for in the house, but we need a place to put. And we'll end up putting doors over that, or some kind of blanket over that. Then this last bay over here, we're basically using as electrical. This will be where we'll keep all of our spare receptacles, boxes, wire nuts, stuff like that. So just some nice storage. It's 4 feet tall, 32 inches deep into the wall, and the shop is 30 feet long, so that's quite a bit of storage. So as we come back down, toolbox, workbench, air compressor over there in the corner, and roll of paper up there on the wall. That's the pile of stuff over there, right over there we were talking about. That's all leftover front end parts for the Dodge. We've been tripping over those for about a year now. Not really sure. I think we'll just throw them out in the lean-to. I hate to throw them away, but I hate to keep tripping over them in the shop. And we'll need to find a better home for the 8-foot ladder, but now that we have those shelves, we want to keep a ladder in here. All the spare chains, the door to the wood shop, and then our oil filters and oil over there in the corner. So that's kind of a tour of the shop. All right, so that's kind of a tour of the shop. We've kind of shown you around the auto shop now that it's a little cleaner. We've got a lot of the woodworking stuff over on the other side. Still got a few things to pick up, but a whole lot easier to get in and out now. So thank you for watching. Any questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.